Yes, respected friends, let us join one more day in our attempt to understand our Shastras through the Bhashyam and through the Shastra understand the truth, the reality, the self, and try to get convinced that that is the goal, the only goal that is worthy of pursuing. May we spend every moment of our life, every ounce of our energy only for that goal. Let us start today too with our chantings of the Shanti Mantra, followed by Taittiriya Upanishad, Brahmananda Valli. We will conclude today with Bhashyam. Then we will have our Yoga Darshanam, beautiful sutras we are studying every day. Mundaka Upanishad, excellent mantras, Pranama Upasana taught there. Bhagavad Gita, the Raja Vidya, Raja Guhya Yoga for the youth. Evening we have beautiful Bhagavatam, 12th Skandha. Today we will see all Bhagwan's Parshadas and all beautiful Ayudhas, their Varnana. Last three more chapters of the Bhagavat Mahabharata. Then in the 10th one we will continue Rukmini's reply to Krishna's wonderful those pranks and Rukmini's wonderful replies. Then we have in Adhyatma Ramayana. In the third sarga, we will begin how Vibhishana's Sharanagati, Bhagavan accepts him. They're all, everything is very not only informative but inspiring to lift our mind intellect away from the pulling down worldliness to pulling up spirituality. Other than continuously this way, hearing through ears, contemplating through the intellect, we cannot discover the higher goal in life. Without discovering the higher goal in life, from the lower level of living, we cannot come out. This is the way and the only way. That's how in the world, why people are so much lost into the worldliness, including us, is not exposed to the higher goal, higher possibility, not getting inspired by it because of not sufficiently listening, not sufficiently inquiring, not sufficiently understanding. Like when we go to a market, vegetables come home, and whatever we brought or bought vegetables, if they are found to be not of good quality with all kide, etc., it means what? We have not sufficiently seen in the market, which is a good quality place and good quality vegetable. We were inadvertent, we are lazy. In the same way, in our life, the whole world is a market. There are those things also which are destructive. There are those things also which are constructive, creative, progressive, and enlightening. So we have to have the common sense discretion to see what is to be chosen and what is to be sought after. Later on, having chosen the nonsense things and regret, feel guilty, nobody helps us. In fact, that exactly is the topic with which the Brahmananda Valli is concluding also. Kimahagam sadhuna karavam, kimahagam papam akaravam iti. So let us start with our beautiful mantra Ucharana with full bhakti. The Vang me manasi pratishthitam mano me vachi. Okay, let us start. Om Vang me manasi pratishtita mano me vachi pratishthitam avirāvirma edhi vedasya ma'anestah shrutam me ma prahasihi अनेनाधीतेना होरात्रान् सन्दधामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु मामवतु वक्तारमवतु वक्तारम्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ वाङ्मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम्। आविराविर्म एधि वेदस्य माणेस्थः श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासीः। अनेनाधीतेनाहोरात्रान् सन्दधामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि। तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु मामवतु वक्तारमवतु वक्तारम्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ वाङ्मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम्। आविराविर्म एधि वेदस्य माणिस्तः श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासीः। अनेनाधीतेनाहोरात्रान् सन्दधामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि। तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु मामवतु वक्तारमवतु वक्तारम्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ॐ निधये सर्वविद्यानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ विदिताखिलशास्त्रसुधाजलधे महितोपनिषत्कथितार्थनिधे हृदये कलये विमलं चरणं भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि। ॐ परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मविद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। श्रीवेदव्यासवैशम्पायने आज्ञवल्क्य आद्यशङ्करादितैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो नमः। तेषां सर्वेषाम् अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। तेषां सर्वेषां कृपा अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव अनुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकहैन्दवसंस्कृतेः पुनरुत्थानजागरणविश्वव्याप्तिद्वारा विश्व आध्यात्मिकप्रगतिद्वारा विश्वशान्तिकल्याण एकताप्राप्त्यर्थम् अस्मिन् धर्मसंस्थापनकार्ये ये भक्ताः साधकाः धर्मसंस्थापकाः निष्ठिताः कङ्कणबद्धाः तेषां सर्वेषां सदा सर्वदा बाह्य अभ्यन्तर शत्रुविघ्ननिर्मूलनद्वारा शक्ति साधना संपदा सानुकूल्यतानां प्राप्तिद्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये दिग्विजयार्थं श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदांतर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः श्री आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम यस्मात् जातं जगत् सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रणीयते येनेदन्धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः। यैरिमे गुरुभे पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं। तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरुचीनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते। ॐ शान्तिमन्त्रः। ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः। नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मावादिशं ऋतमवादिशं सत्यमवादिशं तन्मामावीत तद्वक्तारमावीत आवेन्माम् आवेद्वक्तारम्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ अथ द्वितीया ब्रह्मानन्दवल्ली। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ अथ नवमोऽनुवाकः। ॐ यतो वाचो निवर्तन्ते अप्राप्य मनसा सह आनन्दं ब्रह्मणो विद्वान् न बिभेति कुतश्च नेति एतकं हवावनतपति किमहं साधुना करवं किमहं पापमकरवमिति स य एवं विद्वानेते आत्मानग्गः स्पृणुते उवेहे वैष एते आत्मानग्गः स्पृणुते य एवं वेद इत्युपनिषत्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। Let us salute wholeheartedly Parabrahma Tattva, Shruti Mata, all Brahma Vidya Acharyas, Rishigana, Munigana, Guru Gana, and all our Devata Gana. Salute Vedavyasa Bhagavan, Vaishampayana Bhagavan, Yajnavalkya Bhagavan, Adi Shankara Bhagavan. We are today going to see the Brahmananda Valli, maybe last portion. Entire Upanishadic literature is so divine, so wonderful, guiding us to the ultimate. One of the beautiful of all the Upanishad is Taittiriya. We are seeing right from the first Shiksha Valli, the first Anuvaka onwards, how step by step systematically the Shruti Mata guiding us, and the whole matter is made very clearly understandable for us by Bhagavan Shri Adi Shankara's Bhashya. The Jugalbandi of these two, the Shruti Mata's mantras and Bhashya of Adi Shankara, when added with the Jugalbandi of highly inspired Guru to teach, highly inspired disciple to listen, again with the Jugalbandi of the regularity and sincerity, and again with the Jugalbandi of Shravanam and Mananam, when it is added, the taste which we gain after gaining this knowledge is unparalleled, and the inspiration which we get to lead a noble divine life is also unquestionable. So we are tasting it, we are trying our best to understand, and we are improving also in our these abilities, surely by the grace of the God and Guru Parampara, invoked by our own seriousness and sincerity. In this Brahmananda Valli, second of this Taittiriya Upanishad, every of the Anuvaka was so full, so complete, so connecting, so inspiring and informing to us. So, in this mainly, as every Upanishad teaches us, the Brahma Vidya. So that through that our own Brahma Atma Swarupa we realize and we get liberated. So in every Upanishad we listen all that. In this Upanishad uniquely with this Brahma Vidya, the Brahma Anubhuti when it is gained, these two Vilakshana Vishayas are told. Ananda anyway we get through Brahmananda. Brahma Swarupa is Ananda Swarupa only. But the other two things that are added here are the Bhayarahityam. Abhaya Pratishta is formally, exhaustively dealt with or explained in this particular Taittiriya Upanishads. Other places also it is said, but here it is so stressingly, it a lengthy way in so many Anuvakas, mantras it is said. And also, this Upanishad or this Valli concludes with the most important thing of life called as the fulfilling feeling at the end of the life. When we look back, the two questions of why I have not done good and why I have done the bad, they are answered through the study of this Upanishad and realizing the absolute truth. So these are the unique ways, along with so many beautiful ways, this Upanishad is guiding a serious, sincere, committed, qualified, able student to evolve spiritually. Then we go so much to Shruti Mata, to the Rishi Muni who have given this to us, especially to our Adi Shankara Bhagavan and all our Acharyas who are trying to enlighten us in this subject of Taittiriya Upanishad. Endlessly we have to go to them, and the only way we can reciprocate what they have done for us is by studying this Shastra, Upanishad with Bhashyam, doing our sadhana till we experience, and then carrying on this baton of the torch of these Upanishads to further generations. Now we are into this topic of the Navama, last Anuvaka of the Brahmananda Valli. It has got the two portions. First portion dealt with Tadapyesha Shloko Bhavati of the eighth Anuvaka's conclusion, the quotation from Rigveda mantra. And it is said as कि यतो वाचो निवर्तन्ते अप्राप्य मनसा saha. This is first. Then Anandam Brahmano Vidwan na vibheti kutascha neti. Second. Then the third one is Etagam Havavan Tavati Kimahagam Sadhuna Karavam, etc. So the first one, Yato Vacho Nivartante Aprapya Manasa Saha, is understood. With the Bhashya we studied. The summary of it, if one or two of you have still doubt about it, is what? It is only the Vani of the Guru which speaks to us about this Brahma Tattva. There is no doubt. We also with Vani only ask questions. And with Mana only, Guru makes ideas, concepts as of the answers which we ask and conveys them through the mouth or the Vani to us. We also, having heard the Vani through the ear, in the mind only, Antakarana only, we make ideas, understand its concepts. This is the way anything in the worldly things are understood. This is the way in spirituality also the Parabrahman is understood. Point one. Point two is the Parabrahma is not an understanding, a concept. Parabrahman is not a object of various qualities to be described with the mouth. Then what it is? It is a pure our own subjective self, which is Sarva Visheshana Rahita, Sarva Vyavahara Rahita. No, is it not to experience that Sarva Visheshana and Sarva Vyavahara Rahita Brahma, if we have to experience, should we not go beyond all the upadhis? Therefore, the Vani and Mana, what are their jobs? Their jobs are to make us understand about the existence of Brahman, is Swarupa, is Upalabdhisthana, ityadi. After that, the Mana and Vani's job is over. We on the seat of meditation deeply, by transcending those upadhis, have to reach. If that is not firmly, vehemently told by the Guru, then we get satisfied only at the intellectual understanding level, continuing living life at the Upadhi level as Jiva and suffering and complaining. I studied Upanishads from all the Gurus, I understood, I myself also gave so many lectures, yet I myself am bound. Does it mean that the Upanishadic Vidya is of no use? This type of questions come. Oh, my dear friend, Upanishadic Brahma Vidya is not an intellectual understanding. It is not the vocal speech. Tayamatma pravachanena labhyaha na medaya na mauna shrutena. It is a direct personal subjective experience which is gained when everything objective is transcended. In that objective things to be transcended, included are the mind and the speech and all other the faculties with their abilities. Therefore, to tell us that don't stop at the intellectual understanding level, go into the deep meditation and recognize that subjective, the personal Paramatma Tattva. It is said here, Yato Vacho Nivartante Aprapya Manasa Saha. So the field of Vani is this, the field of Mana is this. In those fields, our Brahma Tattva doesn't belong to. Therefore, Vani Mana can make us understand Brahman, but cannot make us experience Brahman. On the other hand, the same Vani and Mana and faculties which have helped us up to reaching to the understanding and conviction, be attentive, they themselves become obstructions if we don't leave them, transcend them in trying to experience the truth or reality. लाइफ में हमेशा ये होता है वो चीज और व्यक्ति जो एक लेवल तक हमको मदद करता है आगे लेवल में जाने के लिए वही वस्तु या व्यक्ति बिकम obstruction to us realizing it we have to leave it है ना the class 7 which taught us so many lessons alone is an obstruction if you don't leave it to enter into the 8th class. Is it not? The same school is an abstraction for us if we don't leave it to enter into a college. Everywhere we see, having reached to some certain level and using whatever the faculties that are there, we should have the maturity, common sense that to embark to the higher level, we have to drop this and go ahead. And unless we leave the Balya Avastha, how can we enjoy the Yuva Avastha? And how can we enjoy the Madhyama Avastha if the Yuva Avastha is not left? And we can never enjoy the dignity of senior citizen elders, which is not at all there in the earlier Avasthas, unless we transcend them. Every Avastha has its own beauty. But in the creation, Bhagavan this way matures us. And no need to sing the song Koi Lauta De Mujhe Beete Within. These are the most glorious days, the elderly age, where by remembering all the experiences we've gone through and the maturity is gained through that, can develop that Viveka and Vairagya, keeping everything away. We can sit and contemplate and realize the self, which is not possible in the Bala, in Yuva and Madhyama Avastha. So it has its own beauty. So unless we drop the earlier three, we can't come to this. In the same way, we have to transcend the Vani and Mana to experience the truth. That is why Yato Vacho Nivartante Aprapya Manasa Saha. Okay, that is Brahman. That is Brahman where Vani and Mano try to know him cannot. They can take the secret to some level of intellectual understanding and the very best, the inspiration to pursue it. Okay. Now, what is that Yato Vacho Nivartante Aprapya Manasa Saha? Brahma. Which Brahma? Whose Swarupa itself is Ananda. Therefore, Ananda Brahma. Second point. So, Yato Vacho Nivartante Aprapya Manasa Saha Tat Ananda Swarupa Brahma. Or Brahma whose Swarupa is Ananda. Second thing. Third one is what? When one discovers this all intellectual so far. When one through meditation experiences it, Anandam Brahmano Vidwan. And the Brahma which is Ananda Swarupa. When he is discovered, what is the result? Nabibheti Kutaschana iti. The third point. Thereafter, Nimitta Bhavat. Because there is no Nimitta other than that Brahmana, there is no fear at all. And remember, the fearless, relaxed life is the most ultimately achieved life. We have to aim at that one. Navibheti Kutashana. No, yesterday we were seeing Rukmini Mata also was saying the same thing to the Lord that you have nothing of the wealth definitely because there is nothing other than you. So she was talking about the fearlessness also of Lord Krishna, etc. Because there is no Dvaita other than you. You are Ekameva Dvayam Brahma. How wonderful are those explanations she was giving. What is said in Upanishad said there in that language there. So after seeing these two things or these three things, now we are entering to the fourth and the last topic of this ninth Anuvaka. What is that? Shruti Mata says, Etagam havava na tapati. Etagam means to this Brahma Anubhuta Mukta Purusha or Jnani. Etagam, these two na tapati. They don't do the torturing or scorching or giving the tapa or worry or anxiety or difficulty or misery or sadness or regret or the guilt. Etagam avavana tapati. So that was the topic we were discussing. For that, the Purva Pakshi raised a question. That question itself became the avatarika. Every time Siddhanti gives avatarika, here Purva Pakshi's prashna itself is avatarika. What did he say? Nanu asti bhaya nimittam sadhu akaranam pava kriyacha. So there is always a chance for fear of not doing the sadhu or the good and not avoiding and doing the bad. Papa karanancha, papa kriyacha. Then Siddhanti started explaining it. Na evam katham, the mantra he chanted. Okay, Yuchate. I'll tell you why there is no bhaya, because of these two, sadhu akaranam and papa acharanam. Because etagam havavana dabate kimahagam sadhuna karavam kimaham papam akaravam iti. The main meaning of this sentence is, to a Brahmagnani, these two don't do the tapa. Why? That is said in the next last shloka. But in the explanation, the Bhashyakara and Shrutimata herself hinting us at the beginning days only. Now we are at the toward the matured life of whatever age we are studying it, but these are taught to the brahmacharis when they are in the brahmacharya ashram in the Gurukula. We are between the age of 16 to 20, 25. So that time it is said, beta, when you grow to the age of 80, 90, when you look back, these two questions should never come in your life. Keeping that as the goal, every year, every day, every moment, you have to live a great, grand, noble life of self-esteem, self-respect only, not self-insulting, self-humiliating. So this is how the teaching is given, because when you insult me, I can go to somebody. When that buddy insult me, I can go to somebody else. If I myself has fallen and in my own eyes, where will I go? Who can console me? Who can bring me up out of that? No, therefore in life it all something greatest achievement is what? Fall not in your own life, in your own eyes. We should not fall in our own eyes. In the eyes of others, we may fall and we can change it, we can do something. But अपने आंखों की नजर में गिर गए अपने नजर में, तो फिर उसका उस जीवन का क्या लेना? There is no worthy of living that life. This is the only thing which inspires us from not doing papa and only doing the sadhu all the time, right from the beginning. If this thing is not given, because everybody is egoistic, when the ego is instigated, people are ready to do everything. Therefore, if you can instigate the ego for the positive purpose at the very beginning only, beta, live such a life कि तू अपने नजरों में नहीं गिरना. If this one thing is taught to the youngsters, the children, then they understand, they are matured only. बचपन से होते हैं कि therefore, yeah, these are the activities, Papa. When I do, I fall in my own eyes, therefore I will not do. And these are the greater things. When I do, I will really open my eyes or keep my head high and with full confidence, like a royal king, I can walk in the world. Within me also. Then he will do only the sadhu karanam. And we can introduce to him then. Beta, everything other than pursuing Paramatma in one way or the other, asadhu papa only. And everything which takes you towards the Paramatma alone is sadhu shobhanam, that alone is the great positive action. If these two are introduced to the youngster, definitely right from the earlier time itself, they pursue the spiritual path, and as the time passes, they can really grow, excel, and reach the highest. So this is how it used to be taught. It was taught by the gurus to the disciples. Now, even though we have grown, at least now also we can try. That from now onwards, let us not do those things by which we feel regrets, we feel guilt, we feel self-insults. And never miss the opportunities of doing all those great noble things by which we are inspiring ourselves or we are feeling proud of ourselves. We are feeling that self-respect with our own selves. And you can see when we cheat others, when we trouble others, humiliate others, it is such a guilty feeling. On the other hand, when we forgive others, what an amount of self-respect. When we purely love others, what an amount of joy inside that I could love someone without any apeksha, expectation. When we, instead of retaliating or taking badala, if we can forgive someone, how great is that joy? Instead of depending on someone, when we ourselves are supporting some people financially or whatever the way, what a great joy it is. They're all, that's why called sadhu karanam. These are the selfishness, greed, for the sake of the troubling others. They're all asadhu. So the life is measured, the success and failure of life is measured in terms of what answers we give to these two questions. About the sadhu karanam and asadhu karanam. What do you have as a total storage of your life, what you have lived so far? If these two questions come, kimahagam sadhu na akaravam, kimahagam papam akaravam, then the life is wasted. On the other hand, sadhu eva krutam, papam na krutam. If this is the feeling truly from the conscious heart, then the life is lived well, success. That's how we have to measure. That's how we have to tell ourselves who is there in my own life. I alone am there. My own antakarana is there. In that only Papa Punya Samskaras or Vrittis come. Whichever I execute, that's what gives me. The Papa Samskara I execute, the regrets and guilts. Punya, when I execute our sadhana vale, I am in my own self-esteem and respect along with the spiritual growth. Like in doing Papa, not only fall in our own eyes, but along with that, we only go fall down and down only in our further lives. इस लाइफ में नजर से गिर जाएंगे, लोगों से सारे बोला क्या कहते हैं गालियां खाएंगे, आगे जन्म जाकर नीचे वाला होएगा. On the other hand, we do the sadhu, we are self-respect gaining inside, we get respect from others too. So too in the world, in our evolution, we'll be going to higher stages. This is generally you have to understand. Here the topic is different, but it is a very essential aspect of the life. Otherwise, what else protects us, stops us from doing non-positive? What else inspires us in doing positive? देख लो. So, etagam bhavavan natapati kimahagam sadhuna akaravam kim aham pakvam akaravam iti. Now we are seeing the Bhashya which we have seen yesterday once more. Etam means yathoktam evam vidam. Etam means that Brahmagnani who has reached the Brahma Anubhuti as it was said in the entire Brahma Valli. Etam yathoktam evam vidam. As the person who has reached this one, as said in earlier one, Havava iti avadharana artho. Ha and Vava are the avadharana, the particles which say vehemently, insistingly, stressingly. मतलब लाइक जरूर ऐसे जो हम वर्ड यूज करते हैं, पक्का जैसे हम कहते हैं. So definitely. So the definite particles they are Havava avadharana artho. So to that person, what is said here, na tapati means na udvejayati, means na santapayati. So neither create the udvega nor create the santapa. The santapa is the guilt, udvega is the regrets and worries, anxieties in us. Why I have not done it or why I have done it, that type of restlessness in the heart. Udvega or santapa. These two are not touching this person. Okay, etagam na tapati na udvejayanti na santapayati. Hmm? Okay, these two things will not create udvega and santapa to this Brahmagnani. Now we are coming directly to the point. We have already given in the main explanation the life is fulfilled only when these two questions never rise and the opposite of these two are experienced. We have seen it now. Now coming to the mantra says to this Brahmagnani Vidwan, these two doesn't do tapa, these two doesn't create udvega and santapa. Now, kim katham punah sadhu akaranam papa kriya cha natapati idi uchyate. Why? How? This Brahmagnani doesn't touch, is not touched by papa kriya and sadhu akaranam. Remember, the two stages are what? Earlier ones? Ki sadhu akaranam papa karma. That is how the life is wasted only. Sadhu Karanam and Papa Akaranam is a fulfillment of life. These two topics are different. Now, here, whatever the Papa Krutam in the past, Sadhu Akrutam, if at all it has happened, they won't touch the Jnani. This is a topic. This is a different topic. It is not that now Brahmagnani is not doing any more Papa, he is doing only Punya. What topic? Nahi. Whatever it has happened in the past through him, and even in future when it happens, if at all, they don't touch him. Other than the Brahmagnani, for you and I ordinary people, you have to be always aware of not doing the Papa, always aware of doing only sadhu, good things, punya and sadhana and all. So for him, these two don't touch. That's the topic. The question you have to ask is why? That is answered here. So that's why it means one. He already, if at all, through that Brahmagnani in the past, Papa Punya done, wo bhi touch nahi karte. Now, after knowing the truth also, because he is living at the Upadhi level, for the Vyavahara, through him, knowingly or unknowingly, the Papa happens. And Punya, he may avoid doing it. Now, will it affect him as they are affecting us? And Papa Karnam affects as Santapa. Punya Akarnam also affects as Santapa and Udvega. Are they affecting him after gaining Brahmagnana? When actions happens through them, through him, and in those actions, tentatively, seemingly, for the outside onlookers, there is a Papa, there is a Karanam, and Punya Akaranam are seen. Like a Mahatma is going in a car with somebody devotee. So a beggar came, asked for some money. So he has not given. So Sadhu Akaranam, has he done it? And some disciple had was indisciplined. So he has scolded him. Then the disciple become miserable. So did he do a papa? If that touches him, then what is the use of such a great Brahmagnana? If we are again touched by Papa Punya, resulting in the Naraka and Swarga, then what is the use of all this effort of studying the Upanishad and contemplating, discovering our Ekata with Brahma Swarupa? So that is answered here. Katam punaha sadhu akaranam papa kriyacha natapati. Why the sadhu doing and papa sadhu not doing and papa doing doesn't create tapa in him? Now remember, when this half portion is said, other half portion unsaid, we have to catch it. As the doing of papa doesn't touch him, not doing of punya doesn't touch him, the negative things, both of them. So to the positive also don't touch him. What is it? The not doing the papa and doing the punya, वो भी उनको touch नहीं. So one the set of two when it is said, sadhu na akaravam, papam akaravam, we have to understand the other two. Sadhu karma krutam, papam na krutam. They also will not, tapati here instead of tapati will not make him arrogant. The arrogance of doing good and regrets or guilts of doing bad, both are not there in him. In that arrogance of doing good, what are the good done? Bad avoided, good did. And what is the guilt because of which the bad things are done? Good is avoided and bad is done. So, sadhu karma kiya, sorry, papa karma nahi kiya, punya kiya. इसका एरोगेंस भी नहीं होगा। और पाप कर्म किया, पुण्य नहीं किया, इसका रिग्रेट गिल्ट भी नहीं होगा। There are only two things in life: the guilts and regrets and arrogances. No regret, guilt for not doing good and doing bad. No arrogance for doing so much good and avoiding all the bad. How? How? Kim? Why is it so? Ki kim kasmat na tapate iti uchyate. Mhm. So, before answering that point, what is said in the Bhashya mantra that Bhagavan explaining ki kim kasmat sadhu shobhanam karma na karavam na krutvan asmi iti paschat santapah bhavati asanne marane kale. So let's be I study exhaustively. As we are reaching to our Marana Kala, why I have not spent my time in a positive, better, more nobler manner? That question comes. Therefore, beware, my dear youngsters. Beware, all you students. And why there is a tapa dukkha, that is what it is. And it is again two ways. Marane asana kale means when we are conscious, when we look back, all that comes. Okay, second is what? When the body is left, the Yamadutas come and put all the noose on our neck and they take us toward the Naraka. And then we ask, why? Why are you taking there me? Because you have done all this asadu dekho list. So too punya nahi kiya. When the chances are given. So kim kasmad sadhu shobhanam karma na akaravam na krutavan asmiti paschat santapa bhavati asanye varne kale. When every day I was getting so many opportunities to do the sadhu, the good karma, why did not I do this type of paschat santapa bhavati? This type of the regret guilt happens when asanye varne kale, at the time of death. Tatha, the other aspect of it, kim, kasmat, why, papam, pratisittam karma, the sinful karma, akaravam, krutavanasmi, why did I do? Iticha. This also the paschat santapa, and at that time though, naraka patana adi dukkha bhayat tapaha bhavati. So naraka bhaya and patana bhaya. Naraka Bhaya is all those hundreds of narakas where we are given yatana deha and subjected to so many miseries and tortures. And patana means from a dignified human life to a animalistic life. And because human is given intellect, if the intellect is not rightly used and using it, if the senses, body, mind are well trained and as an integrated personality, if as a human being is not good things, not doing good great things, what's the use of all that? Therefore, Bhagwan demotes him. Patana ho jata hai. One type of patana is from the human to the animal plant level. Other type of patana is as a human only. Our financial status, our mind, intellects, ability status, all of them will be fallen down. This other patana, Brahmana falling down to the Shudra level, like that. Rich person falling to poverty level, like that. A knowledgeable falling to level of no knowledge at all. At all, even body level. A healthy body, but all papa done, I may get a body full of diseases. A very good, wonderful, noble family I am born in this, but because all papa, I'll be born in a criminal people's family. So, this is the meaning of patanam. शारीरिक दृष्टि से पतनम, मनोबुद्धि आदि शक्ति सामर्थ्यों की दृष्टि से पतनम, the status in the society from that standpoint also is a patanam, educational, birth, every chance, whatever is the we deserve depending on the papa done, the patana will happen. Therefore, Naraka, Tapa and Patana, Tapa. These two are the ones trouble him. Naraka, Patanadi, Dukkha Bhayat, Tapa Bhavati. So, Naraka Dukkha Bhayat, Patana Dukkha Bhayat, Tapo Bhavati. Kimahagam Papam Akaram Iti. I also at the time of death. So, Tatha Kim Kasmat Papam Pratisiddham Karma Akaram Krutavan Asmi. Iti cha Naraka Patanadi Dukkha Bhayat, Tapo Bhavati. Now देखो, being a common sense human being or human being, All of us know what is papa and what is good. But many of us today in this world, in our rush and gush of temporary, immediate pleasures gaining, we are not minding about this at all. That's what the meaning of asanne varane kale. Because throughout the life, so in the desire promptingness, in the hurry worry, we keep on doing the papa. तो उस समय हमको दिखता लगता नहीं है कि हम कर रहे हैं. But when that old age time comes where nobody is with us, we are all alone, and all the body is giving all diseases, pains. Then we inquire of the reason. When we look back, then we say, so many papa I have done. And it is not end. Here only we are given some dukkha for the papa done in this life. Naraka and patana. Adi dukkha bhayat tapaha bhavati. So generally, to all human beings, these two happen. And if someone is very arrogant, that is justifying his wrongdoings and never doing the good, तो उनका तो फिर हमें डिस्कस ही नहीं करना. And as we said, when we are taken into those narakadi loka, the whole list is shown to us. Dekho, that person you have cheated for money. This person from whom we have looted that house or the property. And this person, you pulled him down by all the wrong means out of your jealousy. ये सारा लिस्ट हमको दिखाते हैं. For your own sheer arrogance and supremacy, see, you humiliated and censured that person. All of the list will be there readily. Just like when you take all the commodities in nowadays shops, so on market वो bill देते हैं along with money and with the amount नीचे pay करना. So they have a computer there. Every day, every moment, word, deed, thought. What are the papam we have done? All will be shown and will be given punishment to each one of them. That is why every one of us should study that Garuda Puranam, if not at least Bhagavad Mahapuranam, the fifth skandha, the last 2-3 chapters, where for what sin, what naraka, dukkha is given to us. These are the Lord made the world. There are definitely those naraka lokas. And to many, in this body only it happens. Naraka. We may not know. Like a person is decent, good life he is living. Suddenly he died in the car or bus accident where everything is burnt only. So that is a bhayankara kumbi paka naraka only. The death like that. He doesn't know. But there is some sin done because without the cause there cannot be any effect. So too when we are respected and revered, though we are useless, how it happened? Because some punya karma done, uska phala humko mil raha hai. So in this world, you see the variety of deaths, they are all samples of the Naraka only. The drowning in the rivers and oceans, we see. But such innocent fellow, they are innocent now, but they have done papa. उसका फल तो भुगतना ही पड़ेगा. So what protects in our life us is the papa punya vicharana only. अगर इनको हम mind नहीं करते हैं ना, then we keep on doing papa. That is the highest arrogance. When you lose sensitivity as being a human being, when you lose the sensibility, when we don't use our intellect properly, then this arrogance comes and never we think about it, punya, we say dekha jayega, they are called rakshasas. By them, the world is troubled so much, and later on, they also go through such a pathetic, painful lives. नरक में भी फिर अगले जन्म में भी. There are very many people insensitive. दिमाग गया उनका बस. They don't have to think, I will do the corruption. Today's world is full of that. हर एक फील्ड में, बिजनेस फील्ड में, हर जगह में कितने लोग ऑनेस्ट है बताओ. मिलावट के बिना चीज दे वगैरह बेचना वगैरह है. बट देन कम ही, if one place is honest, in other place he is doing some problem. Very few are there those who are. That's why unless we limit our greeds to the needs level and learn to live in minimum, we can never avoid doing papa. And with papa done, you can't avoid regrets, guilt, and also naraka adi. So, tata kim kasmat papam pratisiddham karma akaram krutvan asmi iti cha naraka patanag dukkabhaya tapavati te ete, these two, sadhu karana papa kriye, sadhu akarana papa kriye, not doing good and doing papa, evam, in this way, as in the earlier point said, enam, this jnani, siddhanta, brahma jnani, na tapataha, will not torture him, yatha avidvamsam tamadaha, as they torture the avidvanu, as they create the dukkha to the avidvan, to a vidwan, these two things in this way, don't do the tapa at the time of leaving the body, even if he has done something in the past. Why? What is the answer? Now we see. Kasmat punah vidvamsa na tapataha iti uchyate. Why vidwan is not touched by them? This is the main point. This is coming in the last mantra of this now Anuvaka and also this Brahmananda Valli. Now let us chant the mantra twice. Saya evam vidvane te atmanaggas prunute uvehe vaisha ete atmanaggas prunute ya evam veda ityupanishad. Again, saya evam vidvane te atmanaggas prunute uvehe vaisha ete atmanaggas prunute ya evam veda ityupanishad. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. See what I said here? Saha yaha evam vidvan. That who has known the Brahman, ete, these two. What are they? Sadhu akaranam and papa karanam. These two. Atmanaggas prunute. Saya evam ete, saya evam vidvan ete atmanagram sprunute. Ubehi eva eshete atmanaggas sprunute. Evam Veda iti Upanishad. So, yete atmanam sprunate means what? These two things are he he will not be the doer of them, because the doer of those two are expected to be the one who has got an ego and individuality and the identity with the upadhis. So means what? Papa happens through him, but he will not be the doer. Because for doing a papa, a doer is required and the upadhis are required. A Brahmajnani is an Ekamevadvaya Brahmasthiti. So too, the punya may happen through him, but he is not the punya karma krutavan. Because to become the karta, you have to have that identity that I am doing it. So too, he'll have to have the upadhi and upadhi tadatmya. So because he is reveling in Ekamevadvaya Brahma, which is beyond all the upadhis, the upadhiyon के द्वारा जीव करने वाला पुण्य एंड पापा उनको स्पर्श नहीं करते. This is the answer for this point. For onlooker it may appear उनके द्वारा पाप हुआ, but he is not there to do a papa as an individual. Might have happened through him. No, like a Mahatma walking, under his feet something comes and dies. No, he is not a papa karma kruta because he is not aware of it, or any other such examples. That is why in our what is that Tattva-bodha, Bhagavan Adi Shankara says, after jnana experienced by the saint, whatever punya papa he does, all that accumulated residue of that goes to those people who censure him, insult him, to him all his papa phala goes. And those who respect, revere and do the upasana of him, all his punya phala, karma phala goes to him. It is said there in Tattva-bodha. ते ये विद्वांसं निन्दन्ति दुःखप्रदानं कुर्वन्ति तान् प्रति ज्ञानिकृतं सर्वं पापम् आगामि गच्छति. ये ज्ञानिनं स्तुवन्ति पूजयन्ति उपासयन्ति तान् प्रति ज्ञानिकृतं सर्वं पुण्यफलं गच्छति. It is said like that there. So, saha yaha evam vidwan, the one who has discovered his ekamevadvayam satyam jnanam anantam brahma sthiti. Saya yaha evam vidwan ete, these two, sadhu asadhuni, these sadhu not doing and asadhu doing, which are tapa hetu. Iti atmanam sprunute Prinayati balayati va. Means what? Paramatma bhavena ubhe pashyate ityartaha. Means what? He never has an individuality of doing these things. He has fully identified with those things. Hmm. 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 So, in both the doing of the good or not doing of the good or doing of the bad, he never sees anything, something other than him apart from him. He is in that unison of the self. Therefore, he is not a karta of a karma. That is why the papa karma done in both ways of not doing good or doing bad doesn't touch him. So sadhu asadhuni tapa hetu iti atmanam sprunute atmanam prinayati बलयति वा परमात्मा भावेन उभे पश्यति इति अर्थः. So in his vision, he has become one with everything, because of which the lack of individuality, the kartrutva is not there. Therefore, it is not a karma. Therefore, when it is not a karma, it is no more any papa karma. The other two also, the punya karma also is not into his account, can be entered. So, उभे पुण्य पापे ही यस्मात् एवं एषः विद्वान् एते आत्मानम् आत्मरूपेण एव पुण्यपापे स्वेन विशेषरूपेण शून्ये कृत्वा आत्मानं स्मृते एव. So therefore, for him, these two karmas are never ever anything separate from him. So an individuality is not there in him to separate himself as the karta and the thing on which the karma is done and some karma phala comes. All this drama he has transcended. Ya evam veda yatoktam advaitam anandam brahma veda. The one who is this way has known ekameva tvayam brahma. For him, the spruha of papa punya is not there in conscious being. Therefore, through him, even if those things happen, they don't touch him. तो एक करता है तो भी ये सब होते हैं. And then the phalasakti is there, then only he will do. When in him ekamevadvyam brahma anubhuti is there, other than him, other than that, the karta is not there inside, upadhis are not there inside, and phala expected also is not there other than him, then how come it's a karma? When it is not a karma at all, how can it be? It is papa karma or punya karma. So this is the only way, by being one with the pure self, that we can avoid this papa of not doing good and doing the bad. At a lower level, when we come to an individuality level, definitely because of the individuality itself, through us, knowingly or unknowingly, some punya or papa is done, and of that the result we have to go through. So, kaha yaha evam veda yathoktam advaitam anandam brahma veda. So, hmm, so तस्य आत्मभावेन दृष्टे पुण्य पापे निर्वीर्ये अतापके. So, because he is seeing both of them not other than self, therefore they are made nirvirya, they don't do the tapa to him. So, in that oneness, he is not finding any duality or separation. Therefore, they become nirvirya. So, the papa punya trouble an individual who has got upadhi, who has separated himself from the Brahma Tattva. The one who is one with that Brahma Tattva, he has no ego kartrutva. Therefore, the karma can never be there, which can never be labeled as punya karma or papa karma. So, then the last thing is what? Janma antara arambhake na bhavataha. And because of that, these never become samskara. And for you and I who are not at the level of Ambrahmasmi Anubhuti, we are as an individual. We do when these papas, they become samskara, causing our own uttara janmas, the subsequent lives. For this Brahmagnani, because in the Brahmasmi Anubhuti, there is no individuality expressed there, therefore the Punya Papa Gadana is not there for him. Therefore, the Janma Antara Arambhaka will not be there. Means they won't form as samskara which create further janmas. So why they don't do the tapa to jnani? Because he is not seeing them anything else other than himself. So I am the pure conscious self in whose presence these things are happening. And I am not the doer of those things, whether it is good thing that's happening or bad thing that's happening. So the individual who is not recognized the essential self through the upadhi identified for gaining something or the other, he involves in these two, the tapa creating papa karma of not doing good and doing bad. Both of them lead not only regrets but also vasanas, which are the cause for uttara janma, first of all in all dukkha yonis, thereafter again the human life or whatever. So neither they create tapa in a jnani, nor they become cause for the janmantara arambha. Why? He is not there as the doer. In his presence, the things are happening. As Ishvara Icha, Ishvara Prerana, Ishvara Leela. This is the highest gain. That our Punya Papa account is closed. No Janmantara creating samsaras more formed. So he will be that way. Jivan Mukti will have the Anubhava. When he leaves the Sharira, he will be in the Videha Mukti only. He will not be in any bandhana. As the other Avidwans who have not known the self as a karta, they do the karma and they get the karma phala, both punya papa. Here, more stress importance is given to the papa karmas. Okay, in this way, यह एवं वेद यथोक्तम अद्वैतम आनंदम ब्रह्म वेद that ekameva advayam ananda swarupa brahma he has experienced. Is it not? For everyone does the punya and papa for the sake of ananda only. Is it not? The difference between punya and papa is punya gives ananda a little later. Papa gives ananda immediately. That is what they think. But now he is already in the Ananda Swarupa Brahma. Therefore, he is not in the need of Ananda. Therefore, he doesn't do any Punya or Papa Karma at all. No need for it. ब्रह्मा जिस आनंद के लिए हम सब पुण्य पाप कर रहे हैं उस आनंद स्वरूप में वो निश्चित है. देन उनको कुछ करने का कहाँ जरूरत होगा. So, he will not do. It may happen through him, but they don't touch him. Then when it is happening, it doesn't touch him. Then why it has happened? Ishvara Leela, the prarabdha of those beings. Therefore, when he makes lots of ashrams and temples and does lot of seva, that doesn't add a punya to him. And when he's relaxed, not doing anything, which is tentatively seemingly good for people, और कुछ नहीं करे महात्मा जी, तो उनको फिर साधु नहीं करने वाला कोई ऐसा रिग्रेट गिल्ट होता है क्या? नहीं. All these karma phala, they're all in the ajnana field only, no? When you reach the pure Parabrahma sthiti, these all become null and void. They were the accounting of punya papa, corresponding this santapa, and uttara janma, the dukkha yonis, none of them will touch him. He will be only the jivan mukta sthiti. So in this way, this thing is said. Then, now concluding words. Last is what? Ya evam Veda means the one who has discovered the Brahman like this. Now, final. Iti iyam evam yathokta asyam valyam Brahma Vidya Upanishatu Sarvabhya Vidyabhya Paramarahasyam Darshitam iti artaha. Param Shreya Asyam Nishannam iti. See the beautiful sentence. Bhagavan Bhashyakara says, iti. Iti Upanishad is the word, no? The last sentence. So, ya evam Veda tak हमने देखा. No, iti Upanishad is commenting. Iti means iyam evam yathokta asyam valyam. In this way, in this Valli. Which Valli? The Brahmananda Valli or Brahma Valli or Ananda Valli. Brahma Vidya Upanishad. Iti Upanishad is the word. Iti Upanishad. So iti means iyam, this one, in this way. Evam yathokta, as was said in this Valli, is Brahma Vidya is Upanishad. Means this is what it is, Upanishad. So Upanishad means Brahma Vidya. Point one. Point two, Brahma Vidya means this one. This means what? Right from the beginning. How from the Sutra Vakya onwards, step by step, it is explained along with qualifications, along with the sadhanas, along with the Falashruti. All this put together is called as Upanishadu. Therefore, Upanishad is not only a book printed with mantras. No, Upanishad means this Brahma Vidya, which from the Anuvaka first onwards, if you see how systematically it has given all the exhaustive entire details. So, the Sutra Vakya was Brahmavidapnoti Param. Then the Lakshana Vakya was Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Then the Upalabdhisthana was Yo Vedanitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman. Then the Falashruti was So Shnute Sarvan Kaman Saha Brahmana Vipashchita. And the other Falashrutis are Anandam Anandam Prapnoti. Anandi Bhavati Avaya Pratishtam Vindate. Here, Etagam Habhava Natapata Natapati. So these are all the Falashrutis. Then what is the Prakriya of discovering the Brahmana? Both. Ikshana Shruti, it is called, or in other words, Srushti Shruti and the Pravesha Shruti. भगवान ने एक क्षण गया से ईक्षान चक्रे. This is how the mantra in Taittiriya Upanishad, that is called as Ikshana Shruti. We called it as Srushti Shruti, wherein Sokamayata Bhashyam Prajayeya Sadapotapyata. All this Srushti Shruti. So to the Pravesha Shruti, Tat Sushtva Tadevanu Pravishatu. The Srushti Shruti and Pravesha Shruti are for us to understand where and how to catch that Brahma Tattva. So the Brahma Prapti alone is the Uttama Prapti, Moksha Prapti is Sutra Vakya. Then Lakshana of Brahma, for us to ensure whether we have reached that or not. Then the Upalabdhi Sthana. Then the way of gaining that Bhagavan, in that only the Srushti or Ikshana Shruti as well as the Pravesha Shruti was exhaustively explained, in which all the Panchakoshas are discussed, explained to us, and it is said that all of them are Atma only, Paramatma only, because when all of them are made of Panchamahabhutas, when they have Panchamahabhutas have come from Brahman, all of them are Brahman, but they are objective. Their discovery as Brahman doesn't solve our problem of moksha. बंधन को निकाल नहीं देगा. Therefore, the Upalabdhi Dwara is only Vijnanamaya Kosha, where the Brahman is expressing for our sake as the Drashta, Shrota, Manta, Jnata, Ityad. So these are all not outer intellect, outer words spoken by the Guru, and we are making some opinions or concepts. Actually, this portion, second of Brahma Vidya, called Brahmanvali, has to be deeply taken into the heart and meditated. One really experiences self inside. No, we at our first attempt were struggling in my explaining to you, you listening and understanding. But once we do the 3-4 attempts of this, when the intellectual understanding becomes thorough, then we actually have to practice all these things in our heart. Till we experience that Brahma, and the experience of the Brahman is, I am the blissful Ananda Sarupa, and there is no bhaya to me, and this Punya Papa na tapati, they won't create tapa to me. This all is called as Upanishadu. Idu Upanishadu Nana. Ye hai Upanishad, my dear friends. This is what it is said. Brahma Vidya. This is what Brahma Vidya, this is what Upanishad, this is what is dealt exhaustively in the second Brahma, Brahmananda Valli. Iti iyam evam yathokta asyam valyam Brahma Vidya. In this way, in this Valli, whatever is said is, this is how the Brahma Vidya is taught, is learnt, is practiced, is understood, experienced. So each Valli again, each Anuvaka again, every one of us have to again master in our understanding and with the development of the thought. So Brahmavidapnoti varam tadeshabhyukta satyam jnanavantam Brahma यो वेदनीतं गुहायां परमे व्योमनसो उष्णुदे सर्वान् कामान् सह ब्रह्मणा विपश्चितेति. That itself is a big portion. It has different meaning and purpose. Then the second one, tasmadvaye tasmadatmana akasha sambhutah akashat vayu vayuragni agnirapadyo prithvi prithivya oshadaya oshadibhyonna vannat purusha savaesha purushonnara samaya tasyedameva shirah ayam dakshina paksha ayam uttara paksha ayam atma idam pucham pratishtha tadapesha shloko bhavati. See, this has its own different meaning and purpose. We have to master it. Then from there onwards, each of the kosha is being explained to us. Then annadya praja prajayante yakasha pradivishitaha ato anni naiva jiyanti atena api antyantataha annanagam hi bhutanam jeshtam tasmat sarvoshadamuchyate sarvam vai tenna mapravanti yennam brahmo vasade annagami bhutanam jeshtam tasmat sarvoshadamuchyate अन्नात् भूतानि जायन्ति जातान्यन्येन वर्तन्ते अद्यतेति च भूतानि तस्मादन्नं तदुच्यते इति तस्माद् वायु तस्मात् अन्नरसमयात् अन्योन्तर आत्मा प्राणमयः तेनेष पूर्णः सवा एष पुरुषविद एव अन्तर अन्य पुरुष तस्य सया एष पुरुषविद एव तस्य पुरुषविदताम् अन्वयं पुरुषविदः. How each of the koshas were explained, then the Rigveda mantra was quoted. So this is how Bhagavan has created the entire world, and into that he entered for us to recognize him. Now, why do you say that this is what Bhagavan has created? Because you are seeing the Jagat. You want the answer from where the Jagat has come. What's the relation between the Bhagavan and the Jagat? No, the Shruti Mata and Guru, though they don't want all this discussion, out of their love and compassion to make us satisfied and understandable, they talk all these things that from Brahman all of them have come. And actually, when that Shruti we were studying, Pravesha Shruti we were studying, how deep, how clear, how exhaustive was our great Bhashyakara in trying to make us understand what is meant by Shruti Mata of these mantras, through these mantras. It's really heart touching if you really have the memory of what travel we have gone through while studying the Bhashya. How wonderful it is. And the question answers in some cases, though, thus Prashna Bechare, oh, Puro Pakshi ne pucha, double Bechare, our Guru Siddhanti, he has answered all of them. Mainly the Anupravesha Shruti. When the Brahman is always everywhere, every time there, how can you talk him as Paramesha? And you cannot say no because Shruti Mata said that he has entered. You can't deny her. You can't say Shruti is wrong, then pura collapse ho jayega. Then now for everything this fellow is saying, Pura Bakshi, this way the entry hua hoga, aisi ched. Guru said no. That means the Shishya gets so frustrated. You are denying Shruti Mata. Therefore, let us eliminate only that mantra. Because by no way we are reaching to an answer understanding that how this Paramatma entered the Sushti. Now that time the Guru Maharaj scolds him and says, we to have come to establish Shastra and you are concluding it that Shastra is wrong. And if you take it for granted, one by one sentence of Shruti Mata, as per everyone's convenience, so they start editing or eliminating, do you think the Shruti will remain anymore? Then what? Then actually this has to be understood in totally different way. And how he has developed that topic. The Pravesha Shruti. It is an entry without entry. The Pravesha Shruti means only one thing. कि उपलब्धि स्थान. तो भगवान हमको उपलब्ध होने के लिए उन्होंने वहां एंटर किया, ऐसा कहना श्रुति का मतलब था. श्रुति का मतलब लिटरली ये नहीं है कि he has entered. Otherwise, he concludes, no, the Lord who is all pervading, how can he enter? He himself says. Like here, toward the end, when one without second Brahman is discovered, where is a Jiva in him as a Karta? Where is a Karma? Then how can it be called as Punya or Papa? Then how can there be any Tapa or Santapa? Or even jumping with joy, I have done Punya. As it is said toward the end, there also, now all these vigorous exercises. You understood? And we were taking other 6 texts also throughout the day. Therefore, our minds were dedicated for that also. If all that were not there, only तैत्तिरीयम सुबह दोपहर शाम लगाते तो जल्दी होने का एक बात, दूसरा कंटिन्यूसली सारे थॉट मन में रहने का दूसरा, ये भी हो सकता था. But we were at the feet of the Lord Guru. Whatever they were telling us, we were doing it. But definitely, there's an attempt done by us. As regards the attempt is concerned, we can be contented or happy. The outcome of it may not be very elating, that thoroughly understanding, thoroughly getting inspired, and while studying each of the Anuvaka, there and then doing sadhana and growing along with the Upanishad and the Upanishad Rishi. And as where it is said that this is how the Brahmanavati is obtained, if we also had got that one at that moment, that would have been miraculous and unique. And that will be the ultimate goal. That we will do, if not in the first round of study of this Upanishad, maybe in the 5th or 6th or 7th round. But from this, other than Brahmanubhuti, there is no moksha. We have to understand this. Other than the Upanishad Adhenam, there is no way for sadhana. Having this, doing this, throughout life, we have to engage only in the contemplation of the mantras and the bhashya of the Upanishad. For us, first to understand, second to have the conviction, third to get inspiration, fourth to do the sadhana, fifth till the experience that I am that Brahman is gained. This is the main purpose of this Upanishad Adhenam. This is why the Gurus used to teach the deserving people or students, people who used to come to him, with total surrender and devotion. Adihi Bhagavo Brahma Vidyam Varishtam. As we see now in the next third Valli. The Bhrugu goes to his father Varuna with all humbleness. He asks, tell me Brahma Vidya. This way, those who go to those gurus, for them this Upanishad becomes such a wonderful guidance. So in this way, the second Valli is Ananda Valli or Brahma Valli or Brahmananda Valli, in which the Brahma Vidya is taught this way. This is the point 1, the last sentence. Iti yam evam yatokta asyam valyam Brahma Vidya Upanishad. Second point, Sarvabhyah Vidyabhyah Paramarahasyam Darshitam iti artaha. Among all the Vidyas, the supreme-most Rahasyati Rahasya Vidya is given or taught to the disciples. That is the meaning of Iti Upanishadu. So, Adhyatma Vidya, Vidyanam, Bhagavan says in 10th chapter of Gita. So, etat jnanam iti proktam, adhyatma jnana nityatvam, tattva jnana artha darshanam, etat jnanam iti proktam, ajnanam yadatonyatha. In the 13th chapter also he says. And in Mundakadi Upanishad, all the Vidyas are Apara Vidyas, they bind only, they give only temporary result. Only the Akshara Brahma Vidya is the Para Vidya. Ata Paraya tad Akshara Para Brahma Adigamyate. Yatadadresham Agrahya Magotram Ityadi there. So, Vidya, Sarvabhya Vidyabhya Paramarhasyam Darshitam. Among all the Vidyas, Paramarhasya Vidya is given. Actually, it is a modesty in Shankara saying among all the Vidyas. But actually, that which gives moksha, that alone is Vidya. That which doesn't give moksha, how can it be always Vidya? In fact, they're all avidya only. That is why in Mundaka Upanishad, all even Vedas, Vedangas, Upavedas, everyone are thrown in the Apara Vidya only. Because they are not Mukti Hetu. They are the Urdhva Loka, Uttama Loka Hetu, that will be over, again we come back. So, Sarvabhya Vidyabhya Paramarahasyam. Why? Because this is the only one which is revealing the truth, which is removing the ignorance, which is removing the bondage, which is giving the liberation, the moksha. Darshitam. So shown by the Guru. Have we seen or not? Again, it is in our hands. And definitely, first, second round में पूरा clarity नहीं आएगा. Because neither we have done the upasana to the Ishvara, nor we have totally surrendered to the Guru, nor we have full faith in the Shastra, nor we have expressed our regularity and sincerity. Never we brought our pen and notebook in the class to write the point, nor we did any homework at home, doing the Mananam Chintanam. And first and foremost, from the core of our heart, I must get liberated. And through the Brahmanubhuti, that the only Upanishad is the way, this deep thought, somehow the Punya Phala has pushed us into the classes, and the Guru Krupa has pushed us into the classes, giving or sowing the seeds in us. Now, these seeds are sapling slowly when we protect and allow them to grow. How? Again studying the same Upanishad, again and again studying same Bhashya, till each and every aspect is understood, inspired, and we practically do and reach out. Please remember, this Upanishadic Brahma Vidya of Moksha is not like any of our other textbooks or novels which we study or listen for an entertainment sake. एक बार सुन लिया, उसमें कुछ एंटरटेनमेंट हो गया और उसको छोड़ दिया. नो, till the mukti happens through the Brahmanubhuti, Upanishads have to be again and again studied, heard from the Guru again and again, studied again and again, contemplated. So in this way, Sarvabhya Vidyabhya Paramarahasyam Darishtam iti arthaha. Our final thought is the again very wonderful punchline ki Param Shreya Asyam Nishannam iti. So the Paramashraya called as moksha is given in this second Brahmananda Valli itself. Iti Navamo Anuvakaha. In this way, the ninth Anuvaka gives us all details for the Brahma Anubhuti, Paramavidya Prapti, Parashriya Prapti, Paramshriya called as Moksha Prapti. Now, all this knowledge which we have heard at the external ears level, sometimes we might have taken it to little bit of mana and buddhi level. We have to internalize all these things. Internalizing means what? It is me, about me and my bondage, me and my sadhana, me and my moksha. All that is discussed in this Upanishad. In this way, when we make it subjective, when we make it internalized, when we fully engage ourselves in the study and understanding of every anuvaka, every sentence, and every word, then it is true Upanishad Adhenam. And that obviously definitely leads to the Anubhuti and Mukti. है कि नहीं? मेरे को इस उपनिषद से कोई संबंध नहीं है, मैं सिर्फ सुनने को आया हूं. For such people, Upanishad is only time pass, entertainment, information. More than that, Upanishad won't do anything. But the ones who are jignasus, mumukshus, and know that it's only through Brahma Vidya, and Brahma Vidya is given only in the Upanishads, for them, every sentence they apply to themselves. Like in the professional career, when he wants to become a doctor, then all things related to medicine, the articles, newly developed medicine, it's all important to him. He goes on referring to that. डॉक्टर लोगों के आप चेंबर में जाओ, सारे मेडिकल आर्टिकल्स, मैगजीन्स सब वहां सब्सक्राइब्ड रहते. So to go to a lawyer's chamber, his own hundreds of books, इतने मोटे तगड़े रहते हैं, and there are always the laws related magazines, all updated laws, revised laws, edited laws, जो भी नए नए हर दिन बनते रहते हैं, international, national, all that, because he is that one. So the economist always looking at the economic changes that are happening moment to moment in the world for various reasons. He will be busy in that. A political person, political scenario he looks into. A person of sports, he is in that sports world altogether. Bakka, pura. In the same way, you and I, if we are the seekers of realization, seekers of truth, seekers of liberation, for us, in and around 24 ghante, only Upanishad mantras, the Bhashya, its listening, its understanding, its contemplation. Other than it, there cannot be any other job. That will be a sign of a jignasu and mumukshu who wants to get moksha through the Brahma Vidya, Upanishad Vidya. Are we in that stage? If not, we have to try to become that. नो अदर टेक्स्ट, एक उपनिषद पकड़ ली, बस उसी का अध्ययन ध्यान करके उसी के द्वारा परमात्मा को पाना है. And in this particular Upanishad, so all the Panchakosha details are given, Paramatma Lakshanas are given, and so many of the steps and sadhanas, everything were taught to us. Okay. Mainly the Brahma Vidya is taught here. Atma Swarupa ko paya, Brahma ko, to kaisa hoga. Now, the sadhanas have to be told, obviously. The sadhanas will come in the next. Just now, this Upanishadic Shaili of Taittiriya Upanishad, the Shaili of Patanjali Yoga Darshana are same. Just like in Patanjali Yoga Darshana, in the first Samadhi Patha, the goal is indicated, and for the Uttamadhikari. So too, in the Taittiriya Upanishad, the second Brahmananda Valli is the goal is indicated for the Uttamadhikari. For those the Madhyamadhikari, the sadhana is to be told. That's how the sadhana path starts there. Here also, Those who have inspired, understood, but yet have to start from the beginning, the sadhana, for them, the third, the Bhrugu Valli starts. Another most beautiful enchanting, not elaborated like this, but very, very inspiring and very, very required is this Bhrugu Valli, which indicates the sadhanas to be done right from the beginning. So tomorrow when we come, we'll just take up the Bhrugu Valli in the first avatarika itself, the summary of the entire Upanishad so far has happened. Bhagavan explains, Shankar Bhagavan, then he explains why the need of the third Valli called as Bhrugu Valli. And that is a practical demo of what is taught here and even other Upanishads. And the sublimities that are the Guru putting the Shishya to that litmus tests and giving him the work, not himself peeling the kela and giving him to eat. ये सब नहीं करते यहाँ. Only Jesus just gives the kela कच्चा, जाके पका लो फिर छिलका निकाल के खाओ. All these things which a highly matured Guru does for the disciple, we can observe in every of the Anuvaka there in the Bhrugu Valli. Bhrugurvaivarunihi Varunam Pitaram Upasasara Hatihi Bhago Brahmeti Annam Pranam Chakshushrotram Manovachamiti. Now, these are all very mystical way of teaching. Luckily for us, we have Bhagavan Adi Shankara's Bhashya and his grace in our heart to speak and to listen and understand. So we need not worry. Our worry and concern is only, can we take out our valuable, precious time for the most precious spiritual sadhana in that these Upanishad Adhyana are not. Those who are able to take, they are lucky ones, they are the intelligent ones, they are matured ones, they are going to get the best. The immature ones, they miss these classes. Now, the consequence of that is they will get lost in everything. Not like we who are studying Upanishad and rising above. The choice is always ours. So, with this, we say it is Srimad Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Srimad Govinda Bhagavat Puja Pada Shishya, Shri Shankara Bhagavata Krutau, Taittiriya Upanishad Bhashye, Brahmavalli Samapta. And I am praying to God, Gurudev, to Guru Parampara, Guru Tattva, Parabrahma, Shrutimata to bless that once more this Taittiriya Upanishad is thoroughly studied with Sureshwaracharya's Vartika. We have studied with Bhashya, but to this Bhashya, Sureshwarji has written a Vartika in 1,000 shlokas. What is Vartika? Vritti means what is the meaning of this Bhashya? उसमें जो सीक्रेट्स हैं, जो सटलिटीज हैं, वो बहुत बढ़िया मजा होगा. Maybe I will do it in Telugu for my sake. It's Sureshwaracharya's Vartika. He has written for the Brahma Sutra, for this Taittiriya, and one more thing, Vartikas. He has written for Dakshinamurti also that Vartika. Ullas, Manas Ullasam it is called as. So it's very good. Means there deeper, intricate, contemplative things are taught. So many. Sureshwaracharya is double than the Bhagavan Adi Shankara in age. He has gone through the entire life. But he was in that Karma Kanda. He was now made as Shishya and given Vedanta and Sannyasa Diksha by Adi Bhagavan. And he himself, Naishkarma Siddhi and all great books he has written. Excellent. Sureshwaracharya's Vartika on this Bhashya of Bhagavan Adi Shankara on the Taittiriya Upanishad of this Yajurveda of Krishna Yajurveda. Krishna Yajurveda has come to us from Vedavyasa Vaishampayana and vomited by Yajnavalkya, taken by the Titri birds. So here we say we have done our effort of studying Brahmavalli to some extent. From tomorrow we take up the Bhruguvalli. Sarvam Samasta Gurunam Devatanam Parabrahmanaha Shrutimatu Charanaram Namastu. Om 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 पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो परमऋषिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे नमः ओम तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु Thank you for those who are coming to the classes regularly or irregularly and gave a chance, took a chance to study these Upanishads. Hey, it's not over. Huh? We have to do another Valli. Thank you. Come back in 2 minutes to study Yoga Darshanam a little bit, not much.